Yo, what up, guys? So today we're gonna show you all the specs of Vegas. He came out like almost a week ago. So yeah, I was supposed to like post this video on like Thursday, but I didn't feel so well and I kind of forgot. So I'm just gonna post it today, and just for this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for videos. Um, If you haven't seen like my gameplay videos, go to my second channel. You just click my channel, and then you'll find it on the top right corner that says feature channels. That's my alternate account, since YouTube has been really a hindrance to my life. So let's get on with Vegas. 19th character on the list. We don't know if we'll get a seventh, but I mean a 20th. We don't know if we get a 20th, but pretty much looking forward to it. Um, so let's start with Vegas. The only problem I have with him is his voice. If you've seen the Korean one and you look at this one, his American voice is way gayer than Korea. I address this issue whenever I play with people. So yeah, let's get on right to his skills. Let's start with his actives. Actually, his passive first, because we're gonna mine those later. Passives, you have three types. They're all working. One works towards your AP. Some of them works towards your skill cooldowns. The AP causes the amount of damage you do. But we're just gonna look through them. So we start with Arif. It lowers your critical chance, but it boosts your critical damage. You want more critical chance. You could just increase your critical damage with your monster cards. So this is pretty useless at level 22. But be it bet, or it's called bet. Of course, hitting more than three enemies will give you a buff that increases your attack. It doesn't actually work. I tried that once. It didn't work. I don't see the buff unless they didn't fix the icon for it. And on finally type A is Jamel. Critical hit grants you a buff that increase AP regen. If you just build in crit chance, like say 20% crit chance, this AP regen is gonna be great. But this, if you're like caching like for Seal Breaker and stuff, and then you just put monster cards on it, the most if you put your strongest. For me, I've just put like some weak and some like moderate MP recovery cards. Probably get up to like 90%, or somewhere between 70 to 90%, somewhere around there. So let's start with type B. Darlet. Using a technique decreases the cooldown of your special, but increases the default cooldown of your techniques. Techniques is basically just, it has no animation, it has no frame freeze just to do the animation. It's just instant. It's an instant skill, whatever you have on there. Not really useful. Um, your skill damage increases along with your skill cooldown. So the longer the cooldown, depending on the cooldown, it gains that much damage, I guess. And when you're below 30% and constant AP return supply, pretty good. If you're very low health, you can spam skills a little more efficiently. Jane increased the AP costs, but then it lowers the cooldown. Not really good. You don't want to increase AP costs. You just want them to stay as they are. Increase your skill damage for your AP costs. So depending on the AP costs, it increases your damage. Don't want it. This one you want, because you won't really care much. It decreases your AP cost. That's what's good about it, and it only uses your HP. But it's not gonna be much of a problem because you could be spamming pots. So that's the passives. Let's get right on to the actives. Actives, Torment, which is you do regular combo and it does a tornado around you. Backstab. I kind of explained this like in the previous video when he came out. You just do a combo, tap back, and then you just move back. That's it. This one, when you do backstep, you can attack while you move it back. This one, advanced jump attack, is basically attack dynamically down. Dash attack is basically you hit them off the ground, and what makes causes a ground bounce. Um, it doesn't work all the time, but then at a certain distance or certain enemies, it will work. Venom, basically dash, tap backwards Z, you shoot a fireball. And Dimension Warp is when you get knocked down, you quickly tap a direction, so you teleport in that direction and do a hit up. Basically, when you get knocked down, you do a hit up. Dimension Crevice. These are techniques. I'll show you. Dimension Crevice. If you it summons a portal, but the portal will just stay at a spot where you summoned it, and then whatever enemy you hit with that skill, it will teleport. It will teleport that monster to that portal. So it's very good for gathering like monsters together and spamming an AOE skill on them. So it's pretty useful. Black Shield, exactly what it does. It creates a shield around you. It traps whoever's inside, or whoever's around you. It traps whoever's around you and blocks whoever's out. Of course, it'll just be destroyed after a number of hits. And Bury, you just set a trap. You just throw like a trap on the ground, and then whoever walks on it gets slowed. But it doesn't do damage though. There's no damage. It's just a slow. So it will just constantly hit him. That's all it does. So let's just show you that.
The time is near. My destiny shall be fulfilled.
Yeah, the voice is very, very horrible. So here's Dimension Crevice. That's the portal. You can still spam the skill even while on cooldown. See, it teleports no matter where they are. There's always that portal. So yeah, that's all it does. Black Shield, this is how it looks. And this is Bury. It doesn't do damage. It only do damage the first time it's initiated, but the rest is just slow and numerous hits that doesn't do any damage. So let's get on with skills. He has a very large skill set. There could be different playstyles for you to do. Let's start with the first one. Blast, Explosion, and Distortion. Let's start with those.
The time is near.
This is mainly about controlling. It's mainly being a distance fighter. This will show you how. Blast is an instant damage. It blocks, well, not really instant, but it's a delay damage, and it does one hit to whoever's around you. So it does automatic that one hit. Explosion is exactly what it is. You summon a magical orb at a certain distance, and then it will explode.
Explosive.
Again, this is distance. And Distortion. The minute you activate it, you gain a 2-second timer, and then you have to move the target marker at where you want to aim. The distance of the explosion is about this. I'll say about that big. So, see, you aim that, and it affects an area. It's very strong. So the first column of skills is about a distance fighting. This one's also about distance fighting, but it's more revolve around you. Oh, again, the skills goes from first bar, second bar to third bar. So yeah. So right here, first skill is Ravage. It basically attacks an area in front of you, does multiple hits. Does not knock down though. Second is Haunting Crevice, Karis. Basically summons a tornado around you. This is more about protection. Oh, and this one is called Overdrive. It's an instant one hit. It does not hit more than once. But I'm not sure about that yet. Until I haven't fought into the Samsara boss, so I haven't tried I haven't tried like see if the damage will keep keep going. But you can aim this skill. Um, it's an instant. It's an instant hit. So you only hit once, and it goes throughout the whole map. But then it only hits wherever you aim. It's a straight line.
Overdrive.
See? And it is also surprisingly one of your strongest skills ever. Um, it's a perfect instant damage. Uh, first one is the next one is about gathering your enemies to an area. So it's another distance. It's
The
another
time
distance
is
skill.
near. My destiny shall be fulfilled.
First one is Frenzy. It summons an orb in front of you, and it absorbs all monsters within an area. It continuously does damage until a certain time, and it explodes.
Dark frenzy.
As you can see, all the one damages. The absorbing damage is very low, so you have to, and the explosion is mostly the strongest part. Second is the same thing, but then it absorbs people around you, and then I think the range is like around like right here, including below. So let's try it.
Blast shield.
It's a little bit stronger. And this one, you shoot an orb out that absorbs the monsters themselves. So it absorbs wherever you shoot the orb or wherever first contacts.
Overload.
It's called Overload. Pretty strong if you want to gather enemies and everything else. This one is support, mainly because it's mainly shields and everything.
The time is near. My destiny shall be fulfilled.
First one is Dark Binding.
Dark binding.
Whoever's around you is instantly bind. So yeah, it's good for capturing enemies and stuff. And second one is what was the skill called? Dark Barrier. It summons a cube shield around you,
Dark
and during that time you become invulnerable. While you're in that shield, and AP slash MP recovery is increased, and that's pretty good. It's mainly support, so you can always gather teammates around you if they want to recharge. Um, ne- Next one is Absolute Dark. It summons a giant barrier around you, and whatever monsters within that barrier continually takes damage, and then they can't get any AP or MP. I guess that's like for PvP. And then their defense is also lower while they're in that barrier.
absolute.
It does not affect PvP players, only affects the AP and PK. As for defense, I have no idea. So it just stays there for a while, and then it's done. It's pretty good if you like to play support. It's very good, but I mostly like to overpower people. But you can use it during PvP you want, or whatever. And last one is all about, how should I say,
Time
it's
is near. My destiny shall be fulfilled.
it's mostly just go one way. It only attacks a certain number of targets. I don't really explain that well. First one is Dark Hole.
Black hole.
You shoot a ball, and then whoever's hit the nearest target to get hit, they instantly teleport on top of you and does damage. The skill, you can spam Z. You can spam Z to increase the duration and AP
Black
cost,
hole.
because it only flies a certain distance, and then it will just stop. Next one is Dark Cannon. Much like the first one, you can spam Z to keep the skill going. Uh, of course, it's called AP. You can also aim it as well. It's kind of like spamming Theo's onrush, but this one you can aim. So you can, and I think it goes all the way down on the map. Next one is Dark Sphere. You fly up into the air, and then this much area, it's gonna rain down a lot of dark magical spears.
Yeah!
You may assume this is a very strong skill, but it's actually very weak. It's not really that strong. It's good. It does good damage, but not really. I don't recommend it for fighting bosses. And last but not least, um, the fourth skill, Judgment Day.
The time is
Aha,
near.
the world didn't end.
My destiny shall be fulfilled.
Judgment Day is a fourth skill. Only a certain distance around you. I'll say about right here. I'm not good at. It's about that big. And then all monsters around you continuously take damage. Not very strong though. It's only good for regular mobs. On boss, not really much. You can use it on boss if you want to. If you just want to do extra damage. But I really prefer your other skills to do extra damage. So here's Judgment Day.
Judgment.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for him. Um, I will show you what I prefer, what I have now. Oh yeah, all these skills um, are up to level 40, so you just get everything by level 40. Don't worry about the skill point cost is very little. So yeah, my preferred skill is fourth skill. If you have it, get that. You also need like a level 3 skill. Me, I would prefer Overdrive because it's an instant damage. It travels all the way down the map, so if you aim it right, you can probably get almost half the monsters on the map, depending how big the map is and how it looks. Second, I would choose Dart Can. Mainly, you spam it like Onrush, and it's probably like a less. No, wait, Onrush probably costs less, or probably the same thing, but you can spam this, just stay all the way in the back maybe and let your friends fight, and then just spam Darkan. And then if you have an AMP pet, it's better. You can spam more of the AP. Um, I have a tough time thinking of this one, but because I want to use one of these the techniques, but I decided this. It's mainly actually yeah, I explained that I use two skills. Let me go check. No, that's the wrong skill set. There it is. So I will go fourth skill, Overdrive, Dark Can, Dark Frenzy, and Berry. You can trade Berry out for something else if you want to, but this is my preferred skill set. For passives, I get Buy It. Hitting more than 3 enemies get an attack buff. You get this too if you want to, but I don't have high enough crit to get this. Um, Bard for lower than 30% increase your AP gain, and decrease your AP cost and using your HP instead. Every passive, and so yeah, these are my skill sets. Um, so yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have a better skill set than me, you can leave a suggestion there and subscribe if you want to. I don't really care. I just do these videos for fun. So yeah, that's my Vegas skill spotlight. So check out my second channel for more gameplay videos. Bye.